are Ithilmar Chariots, and a good in patch 6.1.4. I wanted to take a good look at the High Elves Chariots. Ithilmar is that material they use to forge the armor used by the soldiers, so this is an armored melee chariot, which a lot of people 1. Disfavor generally, 2. Disfavor in this roster specifically. Well, who cares? We're taking a fresh look because chariots have undergone a lot of changes of late. Recruited for 950 gold and 238 upkeep. On Ultra scale, you get 4 chariots with 5,736 health between them. Armor is 110. Leadership 75 is pretty decent. Speed 84 and charge speed 108, that's pretty fast all things considered. Melee attack begins at 32, attack interval 4, splash target very large, so includes fellow chariots of this size. Max target splash in pitched melee is 4. Different rules are used for charges and collision attacks. Melee defense starts at 30. We've seen worse. Weapon strength 54 in pitched melee is split base 38 and armor piercing 16, heavily favoring rolling over lower armored troops. There is a bonus versus infantry of 24, so that's already 56 in pitched combat. Weapon strength 78, split along the high base to AP ratio. Charge bonus is 70 and mass is 1500. The mass value is very important to us. This unit has Hide and Forest, and like the infantry units, has Martial Prowess, so an over 25% health, plus 2 melee attack, and plus 12 melee defense. Melee defense 42 for a chariot is unusually high. In the redline skills, Vanguard Master, setting aside the lack of Vanguard deployment. At 3 pips grants chariots plus 6 melee attack and plus 12 flat charge bonus, so we're up to 82. At rank 7, Silver Torrent would grant speed plus 10%, weapon strength plus 12%, and missile resistance 15%, and people will definitely be trying to shoot this chariot. In the tech tree, Call the Great Herds grants plus 5% speed, Hardwood Construction grants plus 10 armor and plus 5 melee defense. We're now up to 47 MD with over 25% health at rank 0. Vows of Fealty reduce upkeep by 5% and recruitment cost by 10%. Highborn Champions adds plus 2 recruit rank, Mounted Hornblowers adds plus 10% speed, Chariot Anthems offers plus 5 melee attack and plus 10 flat charge bonus, and I think the rest is range related. General recruitment costs certainly help. So how do we use Ithilmar Chariots? The thing is, for a heavy chariot quote-unquote that is not armor-piercing specifically, this thing has a ton of speed that only goes higher. There are no special mechanics at work beyond Martial Prowess, but against anything vulnerable to a charge, you should be extremely aggressive and in mixed combat with friendly infantry, or friendly archers pouring base damage heavy arrows in, you should do alright. This is the classic chariot that utterly crushes lower tier forces consistently. You don't need to baby it, you need to use it as a high-impact weapon. Of course, fatigue buildup will hurt that a lot, but there are many engagements you can take with this, either as the hammer or as the anvil. And I think that second use is the hidden value of the unit. No, it's not intended to defeat Empire Knights, but how much are Empire Knights going to do to it if it charges into them first and they're caught in melee? What happens if they are in turn attacked by something that can really hurt? If it was 70 armor like some chariots, okay, but 110 with the prospect of getting better through campaign, you can anvil a lot of things with that and come out a little banged up but nowhere near wrecked, and that really does include a lot of early game archer fire. Obviously Sister's Doom stacks not so much, but still, you can fire into this with a lot of your forces. I saw a recent campaign video about how it's bad, terrible, no good to take them in multiplayer. Well, that's a different kettle of fish. In campaign, you have more than one army to worry about, so you may need a way to deal more efficiently with massed infantry here and there. You do have to accept this is not a chariot you can use to open an engagement with because it has no ranged attack. Fine. It does everything else you could want at a cost which is entirely reasonable for the faction. Take care, and if on doing such evil things to your foes, they'll think you work for chaos.